This Blender tutorial shows you how you can add seams to your objects and meshes in Blender for unfolding and unwrapping UVs, and also for flattening out your objects and meshes for sewing and use in sculptural production. I have the default cube selected here, and if I select UV editing, we can see right here on the left that the default cube already has a UV map. You can see the UV map in the object data properties. This is this green triangle in Blender. Twirl out UV map. I can select this UV map and then delete it. Now, if I press A in UV mapping and I unwrap to angle based, unwrap failed because there's no seams. How do I know there's no seams? If I press 2 for edge mode, I look at all of these edges on this cube and there are no seams because by default, the cube in Blender doesn't have any seams. If I want to add seams, I can select an edge, right click, mark seam. Now you can see that this seam is red. If I press A to select all these faces, UV, unwrap angle based, it still doesn't work because I don't have enough cuts. We need enough seams that we could actually unwrap this. So I'll select a few more edges. Right click, mark seam, press A, then UV, unwrap angle based. Now we're starting to get somewhere, but we still don't have enough seams marked that we can actually unwrap this. So I'll keep going around here. I'll select these two edges, right click, mark seam, press A, then UV, unwrap angle based. Now we're getting much closer. Here we can see that we've unwrapped everything flat, but there's a lot of distortion. These two edges here need to be released so we can actually unwrap it. What's really great about UV mapping in Blender is I can select these edges in the UV here, and then they're selected over in this window. Then right click, mark seam, press A, select all of these faces, UV, unwrap angle based. Now we get basically the same thing as the default cube. The default cube's default UV map has these two pieces right here. If you want to simulate that, I can then highlight these two edges, right click, mark seam. Then I can select this edge, and this edge, you'll see that they all are the same. Right click, clear seam. Now, if I press A for selecting all the faces, UV, unwrap angle base. So this is the default UV mapping for the default cube. But now we've created it with seams that we've marked ourselves. This same seam marking process can be done with even more complex objects. Just think about where you need to unfold it so you can make everything flat. Happy 3D modeling!